Have you ever closed a door, only to walk past it a little while later to find it open? Peter sat in the driver's seat of his pickup truck. It was an old beat-up Chevy, and although he loved that truck, it was really more trouble than it was worth. He was returning home from work, frustrated, irritated. He'd pulled a double at the gas station, not because he'd wanted to, not even because he'd been asked to, but because he'd been told to. Been over a year, he thought. Over a year and still can't get a single grain of respect from anyone in charge. The weather was nice, at least. Not bad for mid-October in Guernsey, anyway. The full moon hung low in a quiet sky, cradled in a soft blanket of clouds. His eyes kept drifting toward the passenger seat, to the pint of Jack he bought at the corner store 6 blocks back. As much as he wanted it, he knew how much better it would taste over ice, like hot liquid amber flowing from an icy glacier. He'd wait until he got home and crack it open in front of the TV. Home, however, was a disheveled 2-floor house he'd inherited from his mother when she passed away 6 years ago. It sat alone nearly 3 miles outside of town, close to a coal mining outfit that had been abandoned decades earlier. The house itself looked half dead. He looked at the bottle again. With each passing highway light, it beckoned to him. Sweat dripped from its glassy neck, down the label, and collected in a ring around the bottle's base. He had just begun to entertain the idea of reaching for it when the cab of the truck filled with an intense light. Instinctively, Peter pulled to the right. There was no impact, no screeching tires or sounds of wrenching metal upon metal. When he looked in the rearview mirror, the entire night had gone black. It was the same when he looked through the windshield. And when he looked all around him, he saw black. Black covered in black, as far as he could see. The sounds and textures of the world around him faded away for the briefest moment. And then he was standing at his front door. The moon was a sliver in the sky, and the wind blew forcefully across the plains. He squinted his eyes and looked around him. His hands were empty, and his pickup was gone, replaced by a shiny car and truck he didn't recognize and couldn't place. The house had been extensively repaired. The yard was fenced, and there was a child's swing set that had never been there before. He even saw bags of soil in the beginning of a small flower garden in the far corner. The dog began barking furiously. He didn't own a dog. Bewildered, he fumbled in his pockets for his keys, but they were empty. He searched the ground around his feet. Still nothing. Finally, he gave up searching. He reached for the door handle and was surprised to find it unlocked. The door swung open, but he didn't go in. Instead, he simply stood there, stunned. After several moments, he understood. Then, he turned and walked away. How do I forget this every single time?
Dear Diary, I came downstairs for a glass of water and the front door was open again. It's really weird because either Mommy or Daddy lock it every single night. Sometimes I'll even come down and check after they're asleep. It doesn't happen every time, but sometimes I'll come down and it's open and unlocked. This time was different from all the others though. This time I heard footsteps scraping on the gravel driveway. And there was a man crying. I didn't see him though, I just heard him. But Lucy didn't make it easy with all of her barking. I wonder what made him so sad. Tonight, I'm going to sneak down the stairs after Mommy and Daddy go to bed. Maybe this time, the man will open the door and I'll be able to see him. Then I can ask him what makes him so sad. I hope I can help him. Emma.